matters education, yeah? So here's a number of the candidates who sat for the exams, yeah? 1,179,192. In certain places, more than 60% are yet to report. So even as schools reopen today after the midterm break, their account is still lagging behind in achieving the 100% transition from primary to secondary school. Kilifi, Kwale and Narok being the three counties with the lowest transition. And even as the Ministry of Education CS Professor George Magoha continued the door-to-door mop-up exercise for learners who are yet to join Form 1 in Kabarnet, Baringo, there still remain learners yet to be reached, raising questions on what really happens to children of parents living in extreme poverty who cannot afford fees and who have been locked out of government bursaries.
For 14-year-old Vivian Tiren, being out of secondary school is not by choice but circumstance. Her family, living in Salabani location in Baringo South, like anyone else who has ever struggled with poverty, knows how expensive it is to be poor. Because her mother, 32-year-old Rebecca Tiren, is disabled and unable to walk, Vivian has had to step into her role as a provider and the one to fend for her and her sibling. Vivian scored 214 marks in last year's KCPE.
Hatuna uwezo mwingine. Nilikuwa naambia serikali kama wangenisaidia niende nimalize hiyo shule, niende nisomee hiyo daktari.
Sasa huyu mtoto wangu nimekosa namna kabisa ya kupeleka shule, ndio sababu bado anakaa tu nyumbani mpaka sasa. Sioni mwingine mwenye atanisaidia asiposoma. Hiyo hapo ndio ilikuwa ndoto yangu yote.
In the same county, Monday, Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha led a door-to-door mop-up exercise for learners who are yet to join Form 1 in Kabarnet, Baringo County. Joined by Labour Cabinet Secretary Simon Chelugui in the mop-up exercise for learners in Kabarnet who were taken to Kituro High School, Baringo County. Baringo has a transition rate of 80% according to the Education Ministry.
20% ya watoto ambao bado wako nyumbani. Leo waziri amekuja na tumesaidia kuokoa watoto 5. Tuko na bado zaidi ya 20% katika kaunti hii ambao bado wako nyumbani.
Can we go out there and ensure that children are in school?
According to the Education CS, the Central Region and Nyanza Region have recorded a 97% transition rate, with the Western and Rift Valley regions recording an 84% transition.
In the week that passed, and in the course now, Mombasa is at 100%, and Tana River is at 100%, Lamu is at 99%.
However, Narok, Kwale and Kilifi lag behind as individual counties in transition. This owing to the socio-economic challenges that keep children, particularly from poor backgrounds, out of school. In Kwale, a 16-year-old girl who wrote her KCPE examination in 2020 and scored 216 marks, securing a chance at secondary school, had to be rescued from a forced child marriage. She was the recipient of bursary funding but had been married off, allegedly by her mother and siblings, to a 35-year-old man who is accused of repeatedly defiling, starving and torturing her.
Nyumbani hakuna mambo ya shule, ni kuolewa tu. Kila siku wakikaa na mimi wananiambia wewe ni uolewe. Kwa nini hutaki?
Lunga Children's Officer Patroba Ondieki says some parents are proving to be a stumbling block towards achieving 100% transition.
Sasa tumejaribu kuwaongelesha na katika mashule na mikutano ya hadhara kwamba mtoto anastahili kupata haki zake.
And in Kisii, County Commissioner Alan Mashari has issued a directive to all provincial administrators to trace 3,000 students who are yet to join Form 1 in different secondary schools in the county. So far, Kisii has recorded 90% transition to secondary school, and the mop-up is aimed at tracing the whereabouts of 10% of the students. Dorcas Wangira, Citizen TV, Nairobi.